We're here once again in southwest Oklahoma, and we're going to look at the Sundial one more time. So I've had some emails, and they asked me, Jerry, you going to do another video on the Sundial? And I've said no, we aren't. That we pretty well have that established, but since then we've gotten a lot of emails, and they do want us to do this. So we're here today. And today is the 31st day of the 6th month on your Equinox calendar and on your priestly calendar. It is September the 20th, 2016 on your Gregorian calendar. Now Equinox says equal day and equal night will be on the 31st day of the 6th month and the 31st day of the 12th month. So we're here today on the 31st day of the 6th month, which tomorrow will be Yom Teruah. Tomorrow, i.e. being September the 21st on your Gregorian calendar. Now we're almost where we want to be. Where this is going, this line is going to intersect with your east-west line. And we'll know exactly what time solar noon is, and we'll know what time equal day and equal night is. Now we've gotten several emails, different emails about, some of us are putting together information based on NASA, and we're not finding NASA's information to be correct. If we're going to go with NASA's information, i.e. information from man, and mix it with the Creator's information, we're going to have skewed data. Now we either got to go with what NASA says and believe there's 365 and a quarter days in a year, or we can go with the Creator's information with 364 days in a year. So don't mix your information. Don't mix man's information with the Creator's information. And we've had so many emails to the fact, well, and we've checked this before, and I'm not real sure, but I believe NASA says the equinox is the 22nd day of September this year. We're not finding what they're saying is correct. And if you look at the Hebrew word beguile, when the serpent beguiled Eve, that word beguile is NASA. N-A-S-A-H. They just dropped the H. So here again, we need to either go with all of the Creator's information or with NASA's information, but don't mix NASA information with the Creator's information. Enoch tells us in Enoch chapter 72 exactly when this is going to be. Now we can look at this right now, and we can see this just right basically on the mark all the way through. Now, it may be just a hair below the mark, but it's right on the mark. We've done this 3 times. And every time we've been somewhere in this mark. We've either been right on it, we've been a little below it. And I'm not concerned of you that have ordered sundial information and built your sundials, and some of them that have emailed us said, well, we haven't got our sundial together yet. Can you make us a sundial? But we don't make sundials here again. But if you're off just a hair, one or the other, you're awful correct. But when you look at this is a man-made instrument. And when we sight this in, it is sighted in with man's eyes. And we're looking at a little star up here. Now, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how far away the North Star is, but it's kind of like we got about a foot between here and here. It's kind of like shooting a rabbit with a pistol from 200 yards away. So it may not be right on the mark accurate, but here again, we're using man's eye and we're using a man-made object to shoot at this. Now, if you've got a deer in your sights your cross sights with your rifle and you miss the mark by this much, you're still going to hit the deer. Now another thing that I wanted to talk about is that we went about this, and we said this before, we went about this backwards. We started out with the priestly order, formed the calendar in the priestly order, and the priestly calendar that was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran is the exact same calendar as your Enoch calendar. It's the same. When we put this together and put that calendar together, and then after we started doing the information with the sundial, we found that they were both the same. Now some of you have ordered and asked for the priestly order, and we sent out the priestly order. We still have sundial information and calendar, and we'll put up our email address, and if you want a calendar or sundial information. But you can find the information on the priestly order in this book. Now we have a computer program that costs $1,000, but you can buy this book for about $30, and you'll get almost all of the information on the priestly order in this book. And this book should look like this book when you order it. It should be a new translation, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's by Michael Wise, Martin Abegg Jr., and Edward Cook. Now you're not going to understand the priestly order by studying this for 6 months, maybe a year or 2 years, and you still may not understand, but it'll give you some understanding as to the priestly order and the priestly calendar and the Enoch calendar. This is more simple, is that you have a sundial, you look at this, you know when the 31st day of the 6th month is, you know when the 31st day of the 12th month is. On the day of the 31st day of the 12th month, the next day, the very next day, is the beginning of your year. So that's what we need to be looking for with the sundial. And here again, it's a lot less complicated. We also have emails, and people are emailing, what day is the Sabbath day? Well, the Sabbath day is still the 7th day. It's the 7th day, and what I found, unless you've got some people that are making adjustments to the Enoch calendar and saying the Sabbath's on Tuesday and the Sabbath's on Wednesday, the Sabbath is still on the 7th day of the week. And the calendars that I've looked at, whether it be the Enoch calendar, whether it be the Gregorian calendar, whether it be the priestly calendar, or even the moon calendars, the Sabbath is still on the same day. So don't listen to these guys that are telling us that the year starts out at a different time. The year will always begin on the 4th day of the week, or on Wednesday, which is your pagan day, on your pagan calendar. The first day of Yom Teruah will always fall on the 4th day of the week, or Wednesday on your pagan calendar. It'll always be the same. You don't have to reset this clock. All you have to do is be able to count to 364. Count 364 days, count 1, and you start over again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and shalom.